Shuumatsu no Zeta is definitely keeping up with the hype because, my god, this episode was just so good as like a character building and world developing episode. Man. But the first thing I want to get into before I get into any of the actual story, I mean, the art just continued to be beautiful in this one. I was expecting it to take a huge dip come episode 2, but I was really surprised to see it didn't and really happy. I mean, they didn't do any of the CGI tricks or any of the heavy, like, action-y scenes in this one. I mean, they had a big fight at the beginning, so I suppose they did. But they weren't using as many shots as they did in the first episode, so the first episode definitely was better by a little. But where that left off, like, the music, god damn, just took over so well. It was so powerful, it swelled up, it sounded like they had an orchestra for most of these tracks. Seriously, when you have Fine and Izetta just talking about their past, going into it, basically just saying how much they love each other and flying through the air and shit. Man, the music that played through those points was just so damn good. And it wasn't even that track we got in the last episode, which sounded amazing as it was, when Izetta first powered up and you had like the nice lyrical voice going on in the background, which I really want to hear again. I'm sure we're going to hear that again the next time she gets into a proper big fight. But man, just the music throughout this episode was so incredible. I need this OST. This is the first OST in ages that I've just instantly fallen in love with and wanted to have on my iPod. So yeah, really impressed with that. I mean, I already knew the ending was really good as well. I want that to be on my iPod as well. And now the opening was amazing too. So yeah, the music all over this show has just been incredible. Animation is still on point. And the story, man, it's getting so cute, but, you know, it's heading towards dark areas. I mean, that's the thing. I should say it's been so cute, but it's heading towards the darkness now. Because, I mean, in this episode, we had the flashback to part of Fine and Izetta's childhood. We had the bit where they met. We had Izetta go through her past and why Fine is so important to her. The fact that she is the last of the witches remaining. The fact that she travelled around with just her grandma before. And, you know, the idea that Fine was the first one that actually liked her. She gave that whole line about how everybody thinks witches are either fake or if they were real, they'd be evil and in league with the devil. And she didn't actually believe that. And we saw what that got her as well. I mean, we saw flashes of it in the last episode. We saw a bigger flash of it in this episode. With Fine standing in front of Izetta, stopping a bunch of villagers literally with pitchforks. As you do when you create a flash mob of villagers. Oh man. But yeah, it looks like she took a serious amount of damage protecting Izetta. I mean, we saw that in the last episode as well. We saw that she had big scars along her stomach and side. We saw them again in this episode, and now we know she got them while defending Izetta, and that's probably what kept Izetta alive. Probably why she's so ridiculously devoted to her and down on herself and doesn't want to consider herself Fine's friend. Because she got her hurt back then. Which sucks. I mean, they are so adorable together. I mean, it's clear that Fine loves Izetta too. Maybe not as intensely, but she definitely does see her as a close friend who she doesn't want to lose. She tells her to run away and not get involved in the war. Especially since we've heard now about Izetta's little taboo that she was told by her grandmother to never actually show any of her magic in front of anyone. And I mean, she broke that right away and was training and practicing with Fine. But I mean, the fact that now she's even considering using it for war. In fact, she's made up her mind that she will protect the country and use it for war. Even before she was told to run away, even before she said in front of Fine that she wanted to protect the country and she wanted Fine to be her hope, she was sitting there checking how much her magic had recovered. Which I'm guessing is what she's doing every time she opens the palm of her hand and that crystal thing appears. I'm guessing that's how much mana she can actually summon from the environment around her and from herself. Which would explain why she suddenly lost the ability to fly during the dogfight with the other planes. Which was amazing, by the way. The fact that she was flying around on a giant gun. Oh my god, that was brilliant. And she was like feeling bad about hurting the people, and then, god damn, that bit where they finally did start to run out of magic and they were falling through the air And Fine was straight up like, I won't let you be the only one to tarnish your hands with blood. And got her to like aim the gun while they were falling and shoot the other guy out of the sky. Oh man, that was sick. That was amazing. And I really like that guy who was the other pilot, the enemy. Even though he's working for Germania and, you know, is on the wrong side. Still, he's voiced by Hosoya, who I love. Dorian in Arzan Senki. One of the main guys in All Out this season as well. The guy with the big purple hair with the white stripe. Red hair with white stripe? Whatever. Damn amazing voice. He seemed like a cool guy. He was the only one of the soldiers that was actually going to examine what the hell was going on. The other ones just fired straight away because they were scared. They saw what they assumed was a witch and they decided to try and kill her. And then she was moving too fast, so they knew like she was a monster. She was a demon. They had to kill her. Oh, man. And that got them all killed. Chances are, if she hadn't been fired at, Izetta probably wouldn't have responded in the way she did by using the icicles to take them out. But god damn, that was cool. Seriously, the effects of her magic are amazing. The fact that she had the bleed on the ground and then the icicles shot out was really cool. Showing that she needs to sacrifice at least a little bit to use her own magic. And it's probably a sign of what direction this series is going to go in. I mean, she is so worried about Fine and realizing that Fine helped her so much, she wants to sacrifice herself for the sake of Fine and for the sake of the country. And so I am wondering if that's how it's going to go, with her slowly tipping between the good and bad side. I mean, we see it in the opening as well. It starts off with her being all happy and flying through the air, then it turns into dogfights and shit, and then right at the end you have her just surrounded with fire behind her. And you can see she's got a ton of rage when it comes to Germania. I mean, the moment where she had a flashback when she thought about Germania itself, she saw like her village, I'm assuming, the one that Fine protected her from getting killed in. Like all of those people getting murdered, which I'm guessing was when Izetta was captured by them and put in that weird stasis pod she was in. So damn, man. They've done some shit. And now Izetta's got to give them some vengeance. Oh, man, that's so sick. Especially since the next episode is called The Sword from the Heavens. I can only imagine that's going to be amazing. I mean, right at the end there, we got that little hint. We had the Germanians that we saw in the last episode that are so smart and are looking into this whole witch being captured thing, getting the radio message that a big battle had just started. And at the same time, we had Izetta saying, I'm going to defend your country. So we know she's going in to fight. It's going to be amazing. This episode was great. It was just a big character developing one, getting us to know Izetta and Fine and where they stand with each other, and getting Izetta to that point where she's like, fuck it, I'll go to war. I'm done with this. I mean, her grandma's probably dead already anyway. She's saying sorry to her for breaking the taboo and everything, but I mean, what else is she going to do? Just hide herself and try to continue on the bloodline of witches, I guess, might be a possibility. If it does pass through blood. Maybe that's it. Because she was so powerful and because she was the last witch, her grandmother just wanted her to survive and have children and pass on that blood, but nah, I like it better this way. She's going to war. It's going to be amazing. Protecting her waifu Fine. Ah, so yeah. I love this episode. This series looks like it's going to be incredible. It's still staying in there. Anime of the season contender. It's one of the best this season. It's easily my top 3 so far. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of this episode. The incredible animation, the beautiful soundtrack, everything. The character interactions, man. I mean, hell, I didn't even talk about him, but Major Hans, the blonde guy who helped escort the princess back to the mansion and is looking after her and Izetta right now. He's really cool as well. Another amazing voice actor there. It's Ken with 2 N's. One of the very weird Seiyu who has a specialized name. But yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff. He's got a good voice for that kind of heroic, like, patriotic role, so I like that as well. Let me know your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this review, wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more, and I will see you guys next time.